Hi, my name is Zach Wofford, and for my author, I chose Homer. So let's get right into it. Who is Homer? Although we are uncertain whether Homer actually existed or not, he is believed to have lived in the 9th or 8th century BCE, and he is an Ionia native. Homer was a poet that was portrayed as blind and some say illiterate, which is very ironic. What did Homer write? Homer is believed to be the author of the Iliad and the Odyssey. Even with those two famous epics of ancient Greece, not much is known about him other than his name being attached to these stories. I guess it makes sense because, people don't know if he's real or not. So Homer is a mystery. Homer's identity remains shrouded in mystery as historians debate whether he was a single person or part of a collective responsible for epic works like the Odyssey and the Iliad. And regardless of who Homer really was, his writing style aligns with more poets and balladeers and is characterized by recurring elements that hint at a musical influence. And the long-lasting debate around Homer's existence gives rise to the Homeric question, making it one of the most intriguing literary mysteries in history. So, where is Homer believed to be from? Since there is no exact location of his birth, scholars had to dig deep and try to figure out from clues in his writing and his works. And he's believed to be born in Ionia. And although some of the claims that were made by these scholars were biased, the language that the Iliad and the Odyssey are written in give them the thoughts that it's Ionia, and also the also the phenomena that was going on. Now, Homer's influences. Although we don't know the real reasons for his writings, it's probable that he was simply just putting stories that he's heard over the years and that have been told over centuries. He was just putting that on paper. Finally put it on paper. Now, Homer's impact was more towards the Greek culture, and he provided them a set of values that cherish their ideas about themselves, pretty much. And according to PBS, his poems provided a fixed model of heroism, nobility, and the good life to which all Greeks, especially aristocrats, subscribed. Homer's writing style. During Homer's writings, he used long speeches, digressions, journeys, requests, interventions, and trials for the hero. He was also known for his work being composed in a dactylic hexameter, which, according to SparkNotes, is a strict poetic structure in which each line of the poem has 6 feet or dactyls, each made up of one long and 2 short syllables. Now, what is epic poetry? An epic poem is a lengthy narrative work of poetry. These long poems typically detail extraordinary feats and adventures of characters from a distant past. The word epic comes from the ancient Greek term epos, which means story, word, or poem. Now, the historical context of the Iliad. The Iliad takes place during the Trojan War, which is a historically known war between the Greeks and Troy. in the 12th or 13th century. And it's basically going over that war, everything that happened and led up to the war. Now, the historical context of the Odyssey, Homer set this story in Greece within the Bronze Age, which is 1600 to 1400 BCE, which is before his time. The Odyssey. I'll give y'all a brief summarization of the Odyssey. The Odyssey is an epic story about Odysseus' long and perilous life, or his perilous journey back home after the Trojan War. Odysseus faces challenges and displays cunning to overcome them, encountering gods and mythical creatures. This poem explores themes of longing for home and the struggle to find one's identity amidst epic adventures. Now for the Iliad. The Iliad is an ancient Greek epic centered on the Trojan War, highlighting the heroic deeds and conflicts of the Greek warriors. It tells the story of Achilles, a renowned Greek warrior, and his inner struggles with honor, anger, and mortality. The epic weaves the influence of gods on human affairs, exploring the themes of fate, free will, and the consequences of human actions during the war. Now, Homer has a couple famous quotes, and one of them is, "In youth and beauty, wisdom is but rare." This quote really means that wisdom is not commonly found in young and beautiful individuals. It suggests that people often associate wisdom with age and experience rather than youth and physical attractiveness. The next one is, "Words empty as the wind are best left unsaid." This quote is saying that when words have no substance, it's best to just not say them at all. This last quote is, there's nothing nobler or more admirable than when two people who see eye to eye keep house as man and wife, confounding their enemies and delighting their friends." This quote celebrates the nobility and admiration that arise when a harmonious couple confounds their enemies and pleases their friends by living in agreement. The legacy Homer left behind. Homer used poetry to express inner reflections and showcase the fundamental ideas of ancient Greeks. Through his epic narratives, he conveyed moral teachings that resonated the realms of education, religion, and society. Through his characters, imagery, and writings, Homer has established himself as one of the most impactful and enduring literary poets in history. And that's why we still talk about him to this day. And that is all. Thank you.